Kingsfield is the greatest professor of contract law in the world.
This is a shroud, Mr. Hart. A burial garment for the dead.
I'm forming a study group. Do you want to join?
Yeah, sure. I'd be interested.
You're talking to yourself, aren't you? I noticed a lot of law students end up talking to themselves.
Hart, which do you want?
Contracts.
I think that is a big mistake.
I have to have a true Socratic dialogue with you.
We're off to a very poor start. She didn't go off. What time is it?
8:50.
My alarm didn't go off. I'm gonna be late.
Sorry.
Kingsfield Contract Law class. You know where it is?
Yeah, it's down the hall, third door on your left.
You're late. If Kingfield's in the classroom already, you'd better not go in.
Mr. Hart, you recite the facts of the case of Hawkins versus McGee. I do have your name right. You are Mr. Hart.
Yes, my name is Hart.
Mr. Hart, you're not speaking loud enough. You speak up.
Yes, my name is Hart.
You are still not speaking loud enough, Mr. Hart. You stand. Now, Mr. Hart, now that you're on your feet, the class will be able to understand you. You are on your feet?
Yes, sir, I'm on my feet.
Loud. Fill the classroom with your intelligence. Now, to give us the facts of the case.
I haven't read the case.
The class assignments for the first day are posted on the bulletin boards of Smith and Wilson Halls. You must have known that.
No, sir.
You assumed that the first class would be a lecture, an introduction to the course.
Yes, sir.
Never assume anything in my classroom. Now, Mr. Hart, I will myself give you the facts of the case. Hawkins versus McGee is a case in contract law, the subject of our study. A boy burned his hand on an electric wire, and a doctor who wanted to experiment in skin grafting offered to operate on the hand, guaranteeing that he would restore it 100%. He removed a piece of skin from the boy's chest and grafted it onto the unfortunate boy's hand. The operation failed to produce a healthy hand. Instead, it produced a burned and hairy hand. A hand that was not only burned, but covered with dense, matted hair. Now, Mr. Hart, what sort of damages do you think the doctor should pay? All right. Let's start again. What did the doctor promise?
There was a promise to fix the hand back the way it was before it was burned, to make it normal again.
And the result of the operation?
Well, the hand was much worse than before he went to the doctor.
So, the boy got less than he was promised. He got even less than he had when the operation started. How do you think the court should measure the damages? What should the doctor pay?
Well, the doctor should pay for what he did. He should pay the difference between what the boy had, a burned hand, and what the doctor gave him, a burned and hairy hand.
Mr. Hart, you may sit down. You see this? This is a shroud, Mr. Hart. Shroud. A burial garment. A winding sheet for the dead. This is for you, Mr. Hart. The late Mr. Hart. And now, Mr. Pruitt.
That's just the screamer, men. It's all right. I promise you, it's all right. Trust me. Nobody's ever seen him. Not that I know of. But he's been screaming since I first came.
For 3 years now. You never know when he's gonna do it. Maybe in the day, in the night. He screams and screams, and he runs away. Story is, it was Kingsfield that drove him mad. Of course, Big K has driven a lot of lawyers mad in the 40 years since he's been teaching here. I heard he ripped up a 1L so bad this morning that the kid lost his breakfast.
That's true, that was me.
Hardly a propitious start. Well, I guess I've covered everything I'm supposed to tell you about the dorm. There's intramural football and basketball, if you have the time.
Where's the pool?
It's across the square. You swimmer?
I just find that I study better if I get a little bit of exercise sometime during the day. Helps me relax.
There's a full-time psychiatrist for just the law school, if you have any trouble. Story is they hired a psychiatrist same year they hired Kingsfield. Yeah, suicide rate rose 20%. What'd he do? Shroud you?
Yeah, how'd you know?
He shrouds someone every year, first day in his class.
What does it mean?
It means you're dead. As far as he's concerned. You don't exist. He'll never call on you again. One more thing. All that stuff about grades is true. If Got to work like hell. Try getting a job when you get out. You don't make the grades now. That clock is wrong.
What? What time is it?
I got exactly 5:45.
Oh, shoot, I'm late for work.
Remember, I'm here to answer your questions, Hart. My room is right down by the elevator. Sorry about the shrouding. That's the worst thing that could happen in this class. Ciao.
Yay.
Now you listen. You take the tomato sauce and you spread it on nice and even. You practice, you know how. Now you take
Ordering 2 anchovy, 1 spaghetti with meat sauce, 1 spaghetti with marinara.
2 anchovy, 1 spaghetti meat sauce, 1 marinara.
Right.
I'll make the pizza this time. You come in here and show Hart how to make the spaghetti.
So he shrouded you, huh? Come on, first day of class.
Who told you?
Oh, I just overheard some students over there talking. Okay, now look. Here, come on. The spaghetti here is partially cooked. You know, we cook it early on the hard side of al dente, you know? Anyway, so you take 2 handfuls, enough for 2 servings, and you drop them in the boiling water just to get them to kind of cook a little bit through and through, all right? Hey, am I talking to myself? I mean, I'm wasting my time. I mean, I know how to cook spaghetti.
What did they say exactly?
Oh, just, there he is. What's his name? Oh, thank goodness that didn't happen to me. Poor guy, he really should have been prepared. You know, stuff like that. Okay, now, when the spaghetti is done, it only takes a few seconds. You have to drain it, and then you put it on a plate. Would you get me a plate? Okay. 2 plates. Right. Now, the sauces are over here. There's meat sauce, marinara sauce. 2 ladles on each serving, okay? Hart, come on, you do it, okay?
Sorry.
That's all right. My name's Ford. We're neighbors.
Hi, my name's Hart.
Yeah, I know. I was in Kingsfield's class this morning. I talked to my father this afternoon. He says Kingsfield shrouds a student every year and has been as long as anybody can remember.
So I've been told. Thanks.
Your parents?
Yes.
Your father a lawyer?
No, Dad's a farmer.
Your girl?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Serious?
Maybe. After I pass the bar.
Yeah. My father says more law students have been done in by women in the first 2 years than anything else. I'm forming a study group. Do you want to join?
What do you mean, a study group?
It's a device, a tool. Groups of first-year students get together at least once a week. They review the classwork, the casebooks. They make outlines and share them with the rest of the group. It helps at exam time. You interested?
It's not against the law, is it? Against the rules of the school, I mean.
On the contrary, it's encouraged. You just think about it. I'm going to take my time selecting the students I want in my group. I want fresh, eager minds. You're the first one I've asked.
Are you sure you want someone who was shrouded the first day of class in your study group?
I have a hunch about you. And I'm smart enough to trust my hunches. After all, I am a genius. I have an IQ of 190.
I'll join.
Want to go get a beer?
No, thanks. I've got to study. Want some pizza?
Oh, thanks. Hey, don't push yourself too hard. It's the first day of school.
I've got criminal law first thing tomorrow morning.
Well, so do I. But the rest of the professors are pussycats compared to Kingsville. You want some advice?
About?
Try to get out of his class. Take contracts from someone else, from one of the younger ones.
Kingsfield is the greatest professor of contract law in the world.
Yeah. But he's never going to call on you again.
We'll see. I'm not going to take being dead lying down.
So long.
All right. We're not going to be late, are we?
Will you relax?
This course I'm teaching in criminal law includes a lot of things. Consideration of vital constitutional issues, including self-incrimination, search and seizure, wiretapping. I'll do a lot of talking about that because I was part of the free speech movement. Coerced confessions, right to counsel.
Hello, Hart. Hi. This is Linda O'Connor and Willis Bell. This is Hart.
Hi.
Hi.
2 more hunches for the study group. Sit, please. Sit.
I'm going to get some coffee and something to eat. Anybody else want something?
Coffee, black.
Yeah, me too, Bell. Actually, Bell's not much of a hunch. My father and his father are friends. My father was his father's lawyer, big real estate firm. And his father called my father and asked if I wouldn't do the boy a favor, you know, help him out, keep an eye on him, put him in my group. Well, naturally, I said yes. Like to keep my father happy. However, Linda here is a total hunch. Just like you, Hart. A total hunch.
I'm not quite convinced that I'll need a study group. And if the meetings are not really helpful, I've warned Ford that I won't stay.
We need it for decorative purposes, if nothing else.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Being the only woman in the group so far, I have to warn you guys that it's strictly a study situation. Hands off. No playing around. No bedroom eyes across the table. No relationships at all. Trying to have a relationship and go to law school is next to impossible.
One can have a relationship without the relationship getting serious, Linda.
Maybe one can, but I can't. I know myself. And don't call me Linda. Call me O'Connor.
Here's your coffee, O'Connor, and some cherry cheese Danish I couldn't resist. Uh-oh. Look who just walked in. Kingsfield, and one of the justices from the Supreme Court. I can't remember his name, but I know...
Late for his class. I haven't read the case book. I knock trays of Danish and coffee out of people's hands when he walks through the room with the Justice of the Supreme Court. Everything I do is wrong. I'm just... It's so unlike me.
If you put a piece of lemon under your upper lip, the onions won't make you cry.
And the thing about it is, he's the reason I decided to come east to go to school here. I mean, I could have stayed in Minnesota, go to law school there, but I got interested in the law. I started reading books and articles and following his career in the government, and I wanted him to teach me, you know. I mean, it's like he's the great guru of contract law, you know. This lemon doesn't seem to work.
That's all right. We ought to have enough onions anyway.
All right, you two. The restaurant is open and we got some customers. To your posts.
Ordering 3 antipasto, 1 large deluxe, and a side of spaghetti.
3 pastos, 1 large deluxe side of spaghetti with
Meat sauce.
meat sauce.
Oh, and there's some people here who say they know you and they'd like to say hello.
Where?
Over there, second table.
Well, you look very sharp.
O'Connor, Bell.
And this is Anderson. Anderson, this is...
Yes, I recognize him. The late Mr. Hart.
Anderson is from New York. He's going to join the study group.
I've weighed the advantages and disadvantages and have decided to give it a try. Any study aid that's been in existence that long must have some merit.
Susu, come and meet some of my fellow law students. This is Susu. Ford,
Hi.
Bell, O'Connor, and...
Anderson.
I gotta get back to work now. I'll see you later.
You ready to order?
You
first. Yeah, I was sure about that. Okay, now.
Fast.
I mean, I knew it was going to be hard. I never thought it would be as hard as it really is. I never felt such competition. I mean, you're up against some of the finest minds in the country. Just look at that group at the table tonight. They're all brilliant. I sit in those classrooms and I look around and I think, well, he'll probably end up on the Supreme Court. She'll probably be running Wall Street. He might even be president. She might even be president. There's such a sense of power. You know what I mean?
Of course I know what you mean.
You walk down the halls, past the classrooms, and you know that behind those doors, minds are being formed to run the world.
God help us all.
What?
Nothing. Well, this is where I live. Right there, first floor. Hey, would you like to come in? I know it's late and everything, but, you know, it takes me like a few hours to unwind. And I could give you wine or beer, whatever you want.
Well, I would like to.
Well, yeah? Come on, then.
But
But what?
I have Kingsfield tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and Torts in the afternoon at 2. I've got to study. I mean, you never know. He might change his mind and call on me. You know, I've got to get him to call on me. Thanks anyway.
Good night, Hart.
Susu, don't be mad. You're not mad at me, are you?
The study of law is something new and unfamiliar to most of you, unlike any other studies that you have ever gone through before. Here we use the Socratic method. I call on you, I ask you a question, and you answer it. Why don't I just give you a lecture? Because through my questions, you learn to teach yourselves. By this method of questioning, answering, we seek to develop in you the ability to analyze that vast complex of facts that constitute the relationships of members within any given society. Now, you may think at times that you have reached a correct and final answer. I assure you, this is a delusion on your part. You will never, in my classroom, reach the final, correct, and ultimate answer. In my classroom, there is always another question. There is always a question to follow your answer. You're on a treadmill here. My little questions spin the tumblers of your brain. You are on an operating table. My little questions are fingers probing your mind. We do brain surgery here. You teach yourselves the law, and I train your minds. You come in here with a skull full of mush. We send you out thinking like a lawyer. Now will you recite the case of Stewart versus Rutner? Mr. Brooks.
In this case, Mrs. Stewart sued Dr. Rudner for a breach of contract to deliver her baby by cesarean section. She asserted that the child would not have died had Dr. Rudner performed said contract and so delivered the baby. The jury agreed with her and awarded damages of $5,000. Yeah, sure. I'd be interested. I don't live on campus, though. Does that make any difference?
I thought all first-year students had to live on campus.
Unless you're married.
Oh, you're married.
I think we should all get together sometime tomorrow and get organized.
Why don't you all come over to my place right after civil procedure? We could have lunch there. Give Ashley, that's my wife, Ashley, something to do.
Sounds great.
Terrific. See you then. You all right?
I was prepared.
Yeah. I saw you with your hand up in the air.
He looked directly at me, saw I was prepared, and called on someone else.
Don't think about it. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
I'll catch up with you in a second. My shoelace is untied. Everywhere. Hi.
Well?
What?
Is he calling you?
Nope.
Sausage, one pepperoni with Bell.
Ordering 2 sausage and mushroom, extra sausage on one, extra mushroom on one. 3 spaghetti, 1 with meat sauce, 2 with clam sauce, 1 large deluxe, hold the onions. You're talking to yourself, aren't you? I noticed a lot of law students end up talking to themselves.
Hart! Oh, what's the matter with you, Mr. Hart?
Sorry, Mr. Crowley, I forgot
You forgot pizzas in an oven? Look at them, they're ruined. How could you forget a pizza is in the oven? Couldn't you smell them burning? Mr. Hart, please, keep your mind on your work. Please. Please.
What's the address?
10307, apartment number 3.
Theater. Hey. Mr. Brooks is very well-to-do.
Yeah, I had a hunch about him.
Living in a lousy dormitory.
Well, now, Belle.
Wonder who has the money.
Probably Ashley.
Brooks. Hi. Come on in. Please, could you get the door? Yeah. This is my wife, Ashley.
Hi.
This is O'Connor, Anderson.
Hello.
Bell.
Hi.
Ford.
How do you do?
Hello.
And Hart.
Oh, come in and sit down, won't you, please? You know, you're the first people we've met here, and I've just been going crazy, not knowing anybody.
Please, sit down.
This is quite a place.
Oh,
Yeah, Ashley's parents wouldn't permit their daughter to live in anything that wasn't quite a place. I'll get everybody a drink, okay?
Now, I think the most sensible thing to do is to divide up the courses. Each person be responsible for one particular course. Each person do an outline. Then at the end of the year, we have them Xeroxed and exchange them.
I propose that no one buy any outlines. It won't reflect the work we do together. There's no guarantee that we'll all be here in the spring. After all, some of us might have nervous breakdowns. I think we should research the incidence of nervous breakdowns.
I want property.
I've already started to outline property.
Hart, don't you think this is the logical thing to do, to divide up the courses?
Sure. Was that directed at me?
What?
The incidence of nervous breakdowns?
Not necessarily.
Jonathan, lunch is ready.
Shall we do it?
Okay, how are we going to divide up the courses?
We've divided them. I'm taking property.
I think we should talk about who gets which course. Maybe we should draw lots.
Like I said, I've already started to outline property.
Forget it, Blondie. Listen, Belle.
Watch it, fatty.
Fatty?
Belle, try to think of this in terms of maximum utility. Treat all your courses as of equal importance.
They're not equal. My father is in real estate. He wants me to take property. That's going to be my field.
Oh, well, that's different. Go ahead and take property. If it's that important, you'll do a better job. I can outline something else.
Well, I hope you all like lobster bisque.
Ashley, I want to thank you for a delicious lunch.
Oh, thank you.
Now we should get down to business. Anderson, which course do you want?
Not important to me. I've already made out a studying schedule to the end of the year, dividing my time equally among all my courses. I'll outline anything.
Shall we have some more cookies? I made them myself. Chocolate, coconut.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Brooks?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know which course I'd be best at.
Jonathan will be best at any course he takes.
I don't care which course I take, just as long as it's not contracts. I hate Kingsfield.
Hart, which do you want?
Contracts.
I think that is a big mistake.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah, what do you mean a big mistake?
He shrouded you, Hart.
So what?
You're dead in his class. He doesn't intend to call on you. Don't tell me being shrouded won't affect your work.
Listen, fellows, why don't we just draw lots for Kingsfield's class? I mean, that is the roughest course of...
I want it. I want contract law.
I said it's a big mistake.
Calm down, Anderson.
I won't calm down. We're not in kindergarten. This is a law school. And every person in this study group has an obligation to the rest of us. We're making a contract here. You give me something, I give you something in return. Every one of us must be working 100%. How can he work when he's dead? I don't trust him with a contract outline. That's the most important outline we have. How can he do his best work when the professor won't even call on him?
All right, Anderson, all right.
No, it's not all right.
All right, stop it, you guys.
No, it's all right. I don't blame him. I got to do something about it. I'm going to go talk to Kingsfield.
What?
I'm going to go talk to him and try to convince him to unshroud me.
My father says, as far as he knows, Kingsfield has never unshrouded anybody.
Maybe no one's ever tried. I'll see you all later.
You're going to go see him right now?
Right now. Thank you very much for lunch. Don't bother to show me out. I'm on my way to the door.
Yes?
Is Professor Kingsfield here? I'd like to see him if it's possible.
Do you have an appointment?
No, no appointment.
Professor Kingsfield sees no one without an appointment.
Well,
Something I can help you with?
No, I really need to talk to Professor Kingsfield. It's urgent.
He gets very annoyed when I disturb him. What's your name?
Hart.
Excuse me, Professor Kingsfield. There's a Mr. Hart here to see you. He doesn't have an appointment, but he says it's very urgent. Well, I don't know. Does he know you?
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
I'm in his first-year contract law class.
He's a student in Contracts 1. Yes, that's what he said. Urgent. Yes, Hart. How do you spell it?
H-A-R-T.
H-A-R-T. Yes. Very good. If you care to wait, he'll fit you in between his scheduled appointments.
Well, I have to be at work at 6 o'clock.
Oh, I don't know how long it'll be.
Thank you very much, Professor. Goodbye, Mrs. Wilson.
Yes? Well, Mr. Shukri from Bombay is here. Mr. Hart is still waiting. Mr. Shukri, your appointment's at 5? It's 1 minute to 5. Very well. You may go in now, Mr. Hart.
What is so urgent, Mr. Hart? Yes, yes.
You must know why I'm here.
I haven't the faintest idea.
One of the reasons I came to this law school was to study with you.
Yes.
And there is no doubt you have the greatest legal mind in the country.
You get to the point.
I know I have a skull full of mush.
Will you get to the point?
I think you're being unfair.
Mr. Hart, will you stop beating about the bush?
I have to have a true Socratic dialogue with you.
We're off to a very poor start.
But how can I have a dialogue with you if you won't call on me? My name's Hart. Hart, don't you recognize me?
Mr. Hart, I teach hundreds of students every day. Tens of thousands every year. Millions over the past 40 years. I cannot be expected to recognize everyone.
But you shrouded me.
Ah, yes. The late Mr. Hart.
Yeah, I know I wasn't prepared, but I didn't think you'd start in the first case right away. I thought you'd lecture. And besides, I just got here from Minnesota, and I had to find a job, and they put me to work the very day I applied, and I didn't have myself organized. And my mother gave me a brand new alarm clock, and it was defective, and it didn't go off, and I just... Please give me another chance, Professor Kingsfield. Please, don't keep me shrouded all year long.
Mr. Hart, you are no longer in high school or in college. You're in a professional school, a law school, where there is no room for error. It is my obligation to prepare my students to exist in the most competitive of all worlds, where there is also no room for error. Good day, Mr. Hart.
But, Professor Kingsfield...
Mr. Hart, can you imagine a lawyer who goes into court unprepared, and after he's lost his case, goes crawling to the judge's chambers to beg for forgiveness, to ask the judge to give him another chance? Good day, Mr. Hart. Good day.
You may go in now, Mr. Shukri.
Excuse me.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Where's you going?
Okay, get to the building. Here we go.
Hey, look out. Hey, watch it.
Hart, every one of these orders is wrong. I said sausage and mushrooms, not sausage and peppers. Pepper and anchovy hold the onions. This one's full of onions. The spaghetti is cold. It hasn't even been heated up yet. And would you look at this? This pizza hasn't even been in the oven. Would you get with it?
Okay, I burnt the pizza. Why me? I got shrouded. I mean, how's that? I was shrouded. Late for class. My alarm doesn't go off. Why? Why doesn't my alarm go off? Why does that happen to me?
Hey, Hart, what happened? What did Kingsfield say?
Sorry. Can't talk right now.
all right?
Yeah. I just had a nightmare. Kingsfield buried me. But I know.
You know what?
What I'm gonna do. If I'm dead, I'm dead. I know what I'm gonna do.
What? Yeah!
Where's Hart?
I don't know.
Look at that.
You give us the facts. Facts. Clark versus Marsiglia. Mr. Schwartz.
Clark versus Marsiglia is a case that came before the Supreme Court of New York in 1845. Marsiglia sued Clark for work, labor, and materials in cleaning, repairing, and improving sundry paintings belonging to the defendant. The plaintiff proved that a number of paintings were delivered by the defendant to him to clean and repair at certain prices for each.
Very good, Mr. Schwartz. Will you continue, please, with the facts? Mr. Hart. Mr. Hart? Mr. Hart! The rest of the facts, Mr. Hart.
The paintings were delivered upon 2 occasions. As to the first parcel, for the repairing of which the price was $75, no defense was offered. In respect to the other parcel, for which the plaintiff charged $165, the defendant gave evidence tending to show that after the plaintiff had commenced work upon them, he desired him not to go on, as he had concluded not to have the work done. The plaintiff, notwithstanding, finished the cleaning and repairing of the pictures, and claiming to recover for doing the whole and for the materials furnished, insisting that the defendant had no right to countermand the order for which he had given. The defendant's counsel requested the court to charge that he had the right to countermand his instructions for the work, and that the plaintiff could not recover for any work done after such countermand.
Terrific. Wait till I call and tell my father.
Just great. That took a lot of guts. I take back everything I said. You can have contracts, Hart. The outline's obviously in good hands.
Thanks.
I was so scared. Admirable behavior.
Hold the door, Professor Kingsley.
Thanks.
So it goes all right, Professor? Usual sloppy minds, but I shall be taking care of that in the weeks to come.
The first years are hard years, much more than we know. With good friends to love us, we'll field every blow. Stay open to all things, unknown and new. And one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through. Hey, look, we've come through. Hey, look, we've come through the first years.
You could have stuck up for me.
But this is law school, Ford. The whole point is to argue, to disagree.
But not with me at a time like this.
Horner versus Great Canadian was decided by your great-great-grandfather, Judge Ford.
He's coming to class?
We'd like you to run.
Oh, I'm flattered, really.
How did you find out?
Find out? Find out what?
That I'm running.
Not until I am through.
You are through now. The study of law is something new and unfamiliar to most of you, unlike any other schooling that you have ever known before.
First years are hard years, much more than we know. With good friends to love us, we'll feel every blow. Stay open to all things, unknown and new. And one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through. Hey, look, we've come through. And one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through the first years.
You teach yourselves the law, but I train your minds. You come in here with a skull full of mush, and if you survive, you leave thinking like a lawyer.
Hey, there you are. Come on. We'll go up and see him right now.
Okay, look, if you guys really want this to happen, let me handle it. Make your pitch when I give you the signal.
Well, why do we have to be so careful?
Because he's the right guy for the job. He's a winner, but he's very busy. He's under a lot of pressure. Than any good man should be. Don't you agree? Hi, Hart. Got some friends.
My contract notes? You found them. Fantastic.
Oh, contract notes. Excuse me. Let me introduce June Decker.
Hello, Hart.
Ben Allison. And yeah, Tim Rand. James T. Hart. They're all members of the Law School Council.
The Law School Council? Why? Something wrong?
No, Hart. June, why don't you start?
Well, we've heard a lot about you. We've been watching you. We see how the other first-year students relate to you, and we know you're a good student.
Every year there's one vacancy for a first-year student on the council. We'd like you to run.
Oh, I'm flattered, really. But I can't. When you brought this up, I told you I couldn't. I'm sorry. I've got too much work to do. I can't run. I'm barely keeping up with my classwork.
What do you think about it, Hart? It's nice talking.
We'll check back with you. It would look good on your record. Call if you have any questions at all. I'll be right there. Anderson, I don't think that man wants to be on the council.
Oh, he does. I know it. Now, just leave everything to me, will you? I'll manage his campaign. I'll write his speeches, make his appointments. The whole shot.
We'll see.
Okay, Hart, the next step is going to be...
Why did you do this to me? Why me? Why not Logan or Bell or Ford? That's it. I left my contract notes with Ford.
Hart, wait a minute.
Oh! Listen, I'm sorry. Should have knocked.
He is not an escaped lunatic. He's just an average, ordinary law student.
I'm going. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
Hart, relax. This is my sister, Tracy. My father is here interviewing third-year students for jobs, so Tracy came along to visit me. This is Hart, our resident expert on Kingsfield. My contract notes. Oh, yeah, I borrowed them because my father always likes to quiz me on contract stuff. And if I don't know the answers, he practically falls apart.
Yes, you don't know our father. He has these very rigid ideas.
Good to meet you.
You're gonna be okay. Just keep your mouth shut and sit in the back row.
All right.
And whatever you do, don't raise your hand, even to scratch your head. He might call on you.
All right. You know, Daddy's coming to the class, too.
He's coming to class? Why didn't you tell me? I thought he was busy interviewing the 3Ls for jobs.
Got one of his junior partners to fill in for him. He wants to see you in class.
I do not want him to come. Kingsfield is bad enough.
Ford, I hear your dad is here. I think I saw him. Look, he can help me. I'd like to get a job with James and Ford for the summer.
Oh, Belle, come on.
Your father's the senior partner. You can put a word in. You can get me an interview, Ford.
They don't hire first-year students for summer jobs.
They can if they want to. I mean, they're so big. Those big Wall Street law firms can do anything they want. And the pay.
Well, leave him alone. You have your own entree to Mr. Ford. Your father's one of his biggest clients, isn't it?
So what? I'm not going to trade on my father's relationship with him. I don't have to. I got my own way of doing things.
Come on, Tracy, let's get out of here. I got to get my mind together before class.
Come on, Ford. Ford. Give me a break, will you?
Now, we are entering that brief season of madness in which the leading law firms of this country invade our campus with the intention of hiring some of our graduates. It is therefore entirely appropriate that we should review what constitutes offer and valid acceptance. First of all, let's take the simple case of Bates versus Condor Bank. Miss Logan?
The Condor Bank put up a sign offering to pay a reward to anyone who caught someone robbing the bank. Someone did rob the bank, and a man named Bates caught him. Bates went to collect the reward, and do you know what the bank did? In typical fashion for a bank.
I know precisely what the bank did. Some in this class may not, and never will if you persist in your personal and irrelevant comments. Mr. Hart.
The bank said Bates should have come in before the robbery and made a formal acceptance. You know, say, I accept the offer, I'll keep my eyes peeled, and if somebody does try to rob the bank, I will apprehend him. Since Bates didn't do that, the bank refused to pay anything.
And the judgment of the court?
It held that by the terms of the reward offer, the act of acceptance was in the capture of the criminal himself. Acceptance, therefore, doesn't always have to be verbal. Sometimes it can be an act.
Now, what if Bates had not seen the award offer? What if he went out and captured the criminal as a good citizen doing his duty? Now, what then? Should he still receive the reward? Mr. Ford.
No, sir, I don't think he should be given the reward. It is not possible to accept an offer if you don't know about it.
In other words, you don't wish to reward the good Samaritan who goes out and captures a dangerous criminal.
Sir, I do not see the bank as being obligated to reward someone who isn't concerned.
In other words, you see contract law as representing a society in which only those who do things for money or for selfish gain should receive a reward. Is that it?
No, sir, that is not what I mean.
But what precisely do you mean, Mr. Ford?
Mr. Hart? I think the issue here is whether reward contracts constitutes a special form of offer and acceptance. Obviously, society is interested in stopping crime, and reward contracts raise fundamental issues in our society. And the two examples you gave, Bates's actions were the same. He stopped the criminal. But the motivations were different. In one, the motive was to get the reward money. In the other was to stop a crime. Now, what part does motive play in contract law and in reward contracts?
Hart! You knew my father was here. You could have agreed with me. You could have supported my answer.
I didn't know he was here.
You saw my sister. Who'd you think that was with her? A 60-year-old boyfriend?
Ford, I don't notice anything except Kingsville in this classroom.
That issue could have been argued both ways. You could have stuck up for me.
But this is law school, Ford. The whole point is to argue, to disagree.
But not with me at a time like this.
Come on, Ford. Relax, relax. Walk with me to the library.
You go your way. I'm going mine.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Jim Hart.
How old are you, honey?
18. 16.
Oh, you're gonna need some food in front of you.
Oh, a hamburger, okay?
Sure. You a friend of Hart's?
I'm Ford's sister.
Oh, sure, I know Ford.
All right, Tracy, I'm glad you're here. Is Ford coming in tonight? I was hoping to see him.
Oh, he's with my father.
Oh. Well, can I get you something?
Well, I already ordered a hamburger.
Can I get you anything else? Coffee, milk?
Could you sit down and talk for a second? I was hoping maybe you wouldn't be too busy. Ford talks a lot about you. He really likes you. So, what's it like coming from a farm?
Oh, it's really nice. Minnesota's beautiful. It isn't just the farm. It's the whole way of life. It's wonderful.
Must be nice.
Tracy, is Ford okay?
How do you mean?
Well, do you know what happened after class today?
Yeah, I know he hassled you, but he really does like you. He feels he has to keep up with this great holy tradition of the Fords. I mean, how do you think I feel? He's my father, too.
Well, at least you're not in law school. You don't have this pressure.
I have other pressures.
I get your chow.
There you go, Hart. Hart, wake up. You're working.
Art. Ernie, what would you think if I ran for the 1LC from the Law Council?
I think you'd win.
You mean that?
Sure. I've seen the way the guys react to you. You're liked, admired, you're not a stuffed shirt, you have a good chance. Yeah, it might be nice to have the 1L member of the Law Council waiting on tables. If you know what I mean.
Might give it a try.
You could have cited the case of Mason versus Jordan. You might also have cited Horner versus Great Canadian. Why didn't you?
Because I didn't know about those cases.
Why didn't you?
I don't know.
They're all well-known cases dealing with reward contracts and offer and acceptance.
They weren't in the case book.
You could have found them in the library. Horner versus Great Canadian was decided by your great-great-grandfather, Judge Ford. How do you expect to survive here?
Father, I am doing the best I can. I have organized the study group I am with. I am working 15 hours a day. I am really trying.
No Ford has ever needed a special dispensation to enter the firm.
Dad, please.
I suggest that you consider your position. You might, for example, press yourself a little and work all night. I used to. And then you might thrust yourself forward in Kingsfield's class. I'll be there, by the way, watching. Another thing. There is one seat allocated for a first-year student in the Law Council. Why don't you put yourself up for it?
Oh, Father, I don't think I'd have a chance. I haven't got the backing.
You are a Ford. Fords try.
Besides, one of the members of my study group, Hart, the one with all those wonderful answers in class this morning, they're trying to get him to run. He's very popular. I'm sure the study group would line up behind him.
You organize that study group. They'll be loyal when they see your campaign. People vote for the man who is best. And that can be you if you want it to be. You do want it to be.
Yes.
Good.
Do I have to put up a sign? Will you leave me alone?
Could we have a little talk? I know the pressure you've been under. I just talked to Tracy.
Will you stay away from Tracy? She is 16. What's the matter with you?
Let's just talk for a minute.
No, we cannot talk for a minute. I am too busy. I don't have time. I'm doing a complete review job for Kingsfield's class tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a different story. I'm going to know this stuff cold.
Okay.
Hart. Maybe I am overreacting. You could do me one favor. You're the big contract law expert. Sometimes I think you know what Kingsfield's going to say before he says it.
Not often.
Yeah, well, do you think he's going to stay with reward contracts tomorrow or skip ahead to indefinite contracts?
Ford, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know.
But you do. Look, I don't have time to study both in complete detail. At least give me your best guess. Guess!
He's going to stick with reward contracts.
Now, before we leave the subject of reward contracts, a summary is in order. Miss Logan, would you undertake to enlighten us?
In reward cases, the law stretches its doctrine of offer and acceptance to achieve something very important socially, rewarding a person.
Mr. Ford, since you seem intent upon making noise, perhaps you'd better make it with your mouth rather than with your hands. I shall now give you that opportunity. Since we're about to consider indefinite contracts, would you please elaborate on the case of Watkins versus Deutscher?
Watkins?
Page 418, Mr. Ford.
Sir, I spent the entire night studying reward contracts, sir. Ask me any question about them, sir. I haven't been to bed, sir. I didn't think we'd be through with them so soon. I mean, you've skipped 3 whole cases, sir.
I am not interested in excuses, Mr. Ford. I suggest that you sit down, take out your pen, and make careful notes of the ensuing discussion. Since you will not be a participant, you might as well be a scribe and get something out of this class.
Excuse me. Yeah, out there. Hi, I'm glad I got you. Here it is, the whole platform. James T. Hart for Law School Counsel. Read that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Hi, James T. Hart for Law School Counsel. Make sure you vote, huh? Hi, how you doing? James T. Hart, Law School Counsel. Read that. Hey! James T. Hart, Law School Counsel. Huh?
I like it. Right, straight, reliable. Not bad.
Well, it's not flashy. You can say that, but in law school, the duller the better.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it was dull. It may not be too inspired, but I don't see it as dull.
I wouldn't say it's the kind of thing to make you go join the Crusades. And again, this is law school, man. You gotta understand the mentality. And sip it is safe. There you go.
Some manager.
Hey, you're a shoo-in. Look at this. James T. Hart, Law School Counsel. Look at this crowd, huh? There you go. James T. Hart, Law School Counsel.
Now I see what you two are made of. All this time working behind my back.
Behind your back? Nothing's behind your back, Ford. I was the one who told you we were trying to get Hart to run.
Yeah, but you made it seem like you didn't want to. And you did it just because... How did you find out?
Find out? Find out what?
That I'm running. Tracy. You've been seeing Tracy.
You're running for law counsel?
Straight. Honest. I'll never forget this, Hart. You ruined me in class, in front of my father, all because you knew all along you were going to run and you didn't want opposition.
Ford, you're flipping out. That was never in my mind.
And I know why, Hart. I know why. Because you've hated me. You've been jealous of me. Oh, you pretend to be my friend, but you've hated me all along because of my family. I've seen it happen before. Well, we are better, Hart. Not because we're richer. I couldn't help that. We are better because we don't stab people in the back.
Now, if I didn't know better, I'd say the boy's becoming unhinged.
Is Professor Kingsfield in?
Mr. Ford, I hope you found some good people for your law firm.
I asked you if he was in.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll see if...
I want to talk to you.
Perhaps you'd better sit down.
Charles, I have sat in on your class for 2 days. I have watched the way you have torn into my son. Now, the Fords have made some significant contributions to this school.
Yes, I recall an excellent piece you wrote when you were on Law Review about rotating remainders.
You are going after him the way you used to go after me. You have singled him out. You're making a mockery of him in front of the class. I want it to stop.
That is enough.
I am just getting started.
Then I advise you to stop now.
Do you think I'm going to let this go by with no response? You are picking on him because he is a Ford. You're trying to belittle a student whose family has produced some of this country's great lawyers.
I have advised you to stop.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm not in your class anymore.
Because of our long relationship, I have tried to give you every benefit of the doubt. But since you seem incapable of composing yourself, I must ask you to leave.
Not until I am through.
You are through now. Good day, Mr. Ford.
Come in.
I can't sleep. I thought you might like to go for a walk or something.
Tracy, I think you better go back to your hotel.
I can't go for a walk with you. I can't do anything with you. I'd like to. I can't.
So you think there's nothing going on between us, then? Why'd you change your mind?
Because you're too young and I'm too old.
I'm growing all the time.
You certainly are growing. You're also leaving.
Oh, hi, excuse me. Hi. Hey, you ready? Here we go. This is going to be your first major speech, so we'll rehearse it. Let's go.
Oh, we can't attack Ford. I can't say this.
But Ford has nothing to do with this. Now, come on, I've worked on it for hours.
But this isn't me.
Hart, you got to say something.
Let me think a minute.
Okay. It's good. Set the atmosphere. Good.
The food in the cafeteria needs more than better supervision. It needs a rebirth. It needs to become food.
Right, you got him.
Major lectures should be taped, put on cassettes, and made available on a non-profit basis so they can be listened to again. Why not even while you're sleeping, which is why you missed them in the first place.
They'll love it. They'll love it. 20. That's Bardos versus... How do you pronounce it?
Shawensky. It's Irish.
Supreme Court.
I have been writing campaign platforms that I think will have a lot of meaning for this school, and I expect your support. What is important is making this school better, not running some popularity contest. Now, I know you are all behind Hart, but I'm calling a debt. I want your allegiance. I formed this study group. It has to support me.
You don't get support by demanding it, Ford.
Sometimes that's the only way you can get it.
Well, that's the most honest thing I've ever heard you say.
All right. Where does everybody stand? Anderson.
I'm Hart's campaign manager.
I want your vote anyway.
I can't.
Belle? I'm voting for her.
Jonathan.
I happen to like Hart's platform, Ford. I don't even know yours.
It's being developed. Logan.
Ford, I can't. I'm voting for Hart.
Why?
Because I believe he'll be better for the job than you are. I'll be honest with you, Ford. I think he's more objective, closer to his feelings, and I think he has a more open mind.
Closer to his feelings? Are you telling me I am not close to my feelings? That I am not emotional? I don't feel things?
Professor Kingsfield, the dean is here to see you.
Never keep the dean waiting, Mrs. Nottingham.
Well, Charles, I lose these arguments every time I make them. This is the 4th time in 2 years you've seriously antagonized an alumnus. So, I'm going to make another attempt. Something has to be done. Mr. Ford is pressuring for your retirement, and you know how much weight he carries with the alumni.
This school does not depend upon the firm of Janes and Ford. It depends upon principles.
I know that, Charles, of course.
Then what precisely are you asking of me?
Can't you try to patch things up? You did kick him out of your office.
He deserved it. He suggested I favor one student over another.
For the good of the school, Charles, bend a little. Bend once in your life.
You may arrange a meeting with Mr. Ford here in this office, if that is what you desire.
Then you'll apologize.
Excuse me, I believe Mr. Justice Reynolds is waiting for a telephone call from me.
Thank you, Charles. I feel I've made some progress. This time I don't know if I've lost.
Didn't see you at dinner. Thought you might like some dessert. What are you working on? Ford, I'm not a traitor. I'm your friend.
Then withdraw from the election.
Withdraw from the election. I only just got started.
You won't lay off me in class. You won't withdraw from the election. You turn the study group against me. You try to turn my kid sister on.
Ford, you're crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy. Well, we'll just see about that.
You're a nice guy. I'd rather be in your study group than any on campus. You've been an incredible help to me, not only in criminal law, throughout the whole semester. You know the ropes, you know the way the law school operates. It's in your blood. I listen to everything you say about law school. I want you to listen to something I have to say, okay? You're having rough going. People under that kind of pressure sometimes need support. Need someone to help take the heat off themselves.
You are suggesting the campus psychiatrist forget it. I am running for national office someday. No one with a psychiatric record can ever win an important election. That is not going to happen to me.
Ford.
I'm going to fight this, Hart. I'm going to thrust myself forward without help from you or anyone. And now I am busy.
Ford, listen.
It is late, I am tired and busy, and I have important work.
You want the beer?
No.
I heard you already took a job with the law firm in California. Now, why do you want an interview with Janes and Ford?
I signed up. At least it would give me a chance to meet the great Mr. Ford.
let me take your place. I can make it worth your while. I mean, everybody can use a few extra bucks, right?
Look, Bill, you're a first-year student, and law firms don't hire them for summer jobs. If you were a third-year student like me, then, I don't know, maybe.
I know I'm just a 1L, but he's gonna hire me when I show him the work I've been doing. Property outline.
How much extra bucks did you say?
Your resume is impressive. I think the firm would like a chance to investigate you further. You're invited for a formal visit to the firm, at our expense, of course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, on your way out, would you show the next gentleman in, please?
Certainly.
Let's see, your name is Mapes, is it not? I don't seem to have your resume.
The name is Willis Bell, sir. I didn't have a chance to write up a resume, but I brought you my property outline. All 200 pages of it. It's a masterpiece.
A third-year student taking property?
Oh, I'm a first-year student, sir. I'm one of your son Franklin's best friends. Well, I mean, like, we do all sorts of things together. You'll hire me if you'll just look at the outline. Come on, start reading. Get into it.
Please, calm down.
Just look at it. You'll love it. Put your eyes down on that paper, and you'll find that Bell here is going to excel at your law firm.
I don't intend to hire you now or in the future, Mr. Bell, nor do I ever want to see or hear of you again.
But my father's one of your biggest clients, sir.
You're Elias Bell's son?
Yes.
That's worse. Let me tell you that never in my entire career have I allowed myself to be influenced.
I didn't mean to mention it, sir. I didn't mean to. Just forget I said it, okay? It's just that I wanted you to take a look at my outline on property, sir, which I know would make a terrific impression on you. If you just take a look at it.
I just took a cab from the hotel. My brother's in his room, but he won't take any phone calls from me or from my father. That's not like him. I don't know, I'm worried. Will you go over there with me?
See if I can get it off.
Ernie, I gotta check on Ford. I'm going with his sister.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you'd better wait in my room. I think it'd be better if I talked to him alone. You might get the wrong impression if we talk to him together.
No, I want to come too.
Okay, but let me try first. Ford?
Hi, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. I called the tavern. What's going on?
Hold it. Ford?
Ford, it's Logan. May I come in?
Listen, you got your speech in exactly 10 minutes. Let's hit it, huh?
Oh, what a mess. It's awful.
Oh, brother, he really freaked out.
Where do you think he could have gone?
Let's see if we can find out.
Your speech, Hart. Your election speech. You get it in 5 minutes. The whole law school's waiting.
Give it yourself, Anderson.
Yes?
I'm sorry to bother you at night, Charles, but I've had a very busy schedule. The dean says you've got something you want to say to me.
Indeed I have.
You don't have to apologize. I accept the fact that you are willing to.
I had absolutely no intention of apologizing.
Huh? The dean said.
The spectrum of individual relations. What are the ends of the spectrum?
Are you trying to be Socratic with me? I'm not in your contract law class.
You are the senior partner of Janes and Ford. You're one of the best lawyers in the country. And you don't recall the elements of contract law.
Of course I can.
All right. The spectrum of relationships. At each end of the spectrum, there are relationships that make it very difficult to form contracts.
When the parties are hostile to each other and powerful, it is hard to get them to come to an agreement, like large countries trying to make treaties. These relationships cannot be handled under the normal rules. There must be flexibility.
And at the other end of the spectrum?
Intimate relationship.
Example.
Where are we going with this?
Are you or are you not a great lawyer? Are you capable of sustaining a serious argument, or have you so far deteriorated?
I have never been afraid of you, Charles. And I think you'll find my mind has sharpened beyond yours.
Good. It was like arrogance. Example?
Family relationships. People have to get along. We want families to stay together. When one member tries to enforce his will upon another, it causes friction, tension. The family split up. Again and again, we find contract law cases where families try to draw up hard and fast rules. It never works.
And when there is no formal contract, what then?
Negotiation.
And?
Respect.
One might also say affection. Good God, man, don't you realize what you're doing to that son of yours who has all the makings of a fine lawyer? You know the principles. I taught them to you years ago. Obey them now.
Don't think for a moment you're going to get an apology from me for going to the dean.
Our relationship is within the spectrum, my friend. After so many years, there are elements of respect and affection that need no apology.
In that case, I apologize.
International Airlines, do you have a booking on any flight within the next couple of hours for Mr. Franklin?
No emergency admittances under that name?
Sure, no one by that name.
Could you
has made a
check for me
reservation?
one more time? I'd really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You sure?
Got no more change. I've made 14 calls.
11.
Not a clue.
Maybe he just went home.
Oh, no way. You wouldn't go back there. Where would he go? I'm really worried now.
Logan, take Tracy to your room. I've got just one wild idea.
What is it?
It's probably nothing.
Seems to me you ought to be making your big speech about now, Hart. Telling all the law students what a great leader you're gonna be. What's the matter? Don't you think you even have to make a campaign speech?
Yeah? Can't let your father do this to you, Ford. We need you. So they have the study group.
Sure you'll be glad to take over that function, too?
Running away from school isn't going to solve anything.
What do you see when you're in this classroom? You see Kingsfield, don't you? Sure, everybody does. But I have two Kingsfields. The other one is that particularly haughty fellow on the left. That judge with the great cold eyes and that tight mouth. That happens to be my great-great-grandfather. Good old, horrible Judge Ford. And every day, when Kingsfield is talking, the old judge snarls down at me, reminding me that I'm not as good a lawyer as he was, not as good as his son was, and certainly not as good as my father is. I didn't really need my father to come down here and tell me what a dummy I am. Good old great-great-grandfather has been doing it all along. The great tradition of the Fords. I've come to pay my last respects. Why don't you join me in a toast to the old creep?
Ford, you're a great lawyer and a great person.
Don't worry about me, Hart. I'll get a job driving a truck.
Forget about your family for a second. You didn't come here to pay your last respects to Gramps. You came here because you love this place. Before your father came, you were fine. Admit it, Ford. You love this law school.
No, Hart, I hate it. And I hate my family, too. You got it, Gramps? You, too.
Admit it, Ford. You love it. You wouldn't be here paying your last respects if you didn't love it. You don't want to go. Why don't you say what you really feel for the first time?
I hate it.
You love it.
I hate it.
You love it.
Damn it, Hart, what are you doing to me? You know I love it.
You gonna let this good bottle of booze go to waste? What about a toast to Anderson? Two best candidates for the election don't show up. And old Anderson gets a free shot at the vacancy. I bet he's up there right now. And he's probably not making a fool of himself.
Here's to Anderson.
Do you think a couple of campaign slogans are in order? Anderson for law school counsel. Anderson for president. Anderson for king.
Why not? A campaign for the king.
Okay. How about Anderson for president of the Women's League and the PTA? How about a piece of chalk for you? How about starting with Anderson for president? For president.
You keep on with the slogans. I'm gonna make one more toast to good old Gramps.
Professor Kingsfield, as a representative of the Law School Council, Mr. Kingsfield, as a representative to the Law School Council. Come on!
Well, I guess I ought to offer my congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Law school's in good hands. Don't worry about a thing.
Well, you come off it, Anderson. You got elected because nobody showed up. Either Hart or Ford would have beaten you.
I beg your pardon, but I'll have you know that I won the election by acclamation.
They had to do it that way because you weren't nominated by petition. It was sheer luck, Anderson.
I'll need good ideas to run the school. Talk with Kingsfield is definitely in order. I'm going to talk to him about the seminars, shorter, more frequent vacations, and the fundamental value of the Socratic method.
I don't believe that.
I see that my blackboard bears the name of the successful candidate in our recent election. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, on a most impressive victory.
Thank you, sir.
Clean it.
Excuse me, sir, but since you know the school so well, that I feel that at this time your help would be of a great deal of service to the first year's...
Clean it, Mr. Anderson. Make my blackboard as clean and empty as the vast and arid desert of your mind.
First years are hard years, much more than we know. With good friends to love us, we'll build every road. Stay open to all things, and one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through the first years.
The group isn't important enough for you to arrive on time with your work. I think you ought to be kicked out.
Well, I think that's pretty rough.
So's law school.
How did you do it? How did you get the best grades, write the best papers?
Work. Every damn day.
Every damn day.
Work. And play.
You want me to give my answer to the whole class?
This is your opportunity. You're in court. I'm your judge. They are your jury. The study of law is something new and unfamiliar to most of you, unlike any other schooling that you have ever known before.
First years are hard years, much more than we know. With good friends to love us, we'll build every road. Stay open to all things, unknown and new. And one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through. Hey, look, we've come through. And one day we'll all say, hey, look, we've come through the first year.
You teach yourselves the law, but I train your minds. You come in here with a skull full of mush, and if you survive, you leave thinking like a lawyer.
Sorry I haven't written sooner. It's been 6 weeks and it seems like 6 years. All I do is work. There's no time for writing or anything else. It's 6 in the morning and I've been up and dressed for an hour studying. The screamer just screamed. Boy, you should hear him. He does it every morning about this time. Nobody knows who it is. Some say it's a student in Kingsfield's class who committed suicide years ago. We formed a study group here. We're supposed to help each other and to divide up the work. They're all very intelligent and very competitive, and the pressure is beginning to have an effect on us all. We have a girl in the study group. She's terrific. She wants to save the world, but she wants to do it all in one day. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a blow-up pretty soon. Sorry this letter's so disjointed, but even as I write, I'm reading with the other eye. Often I walk the path to class without even knowing where I am.
How are your eggs?
These aren't eggs, they're torts.
Who got your outline? Hart, you forgot your outline. How about getting it?
No time.
Okay, everybody. Outlines?
Here's mine.
Logan, where's constitutional law?
It's being typed and duplicated. It'll be here at noon.
And mine's almost ready.
Is it?
I said it's almost ready, Ashley.
Okay. Let's meet at noon. Elizabeth, dear, yours is very critical. We all need it for the exam the day after tomorrow.
If I say noon, I mean noon.
And if yours doesn't measure up for it, you won't get to read Bellon properly. Because this outline is better than anything even the professors here have produced. Look at that. Almost 100 pages. And I'm still on the introduction.
You're cracking, Bell.
You want some exercise right now, Ford?
Oh, Bell, sit down. We are too tired for this.
Wait, outline, you wrecked it.
Bell.
You wrecked it. Don't touch it.
So much for property.
Bell, it was an accident.
Come on, guys.
Drop that outline, Ford.
In pleasure.
Oh, you guys grow up. Come on, we're gonna be late. We'll reconvene at noon. Hart. Hart.
An irresponsible group.
What a mess.
Come on, we're going to do that.
Oh! Sorry. Oh, no.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. So, we are back to the basic issue of the principle of restitution. One man has unjustly enriched himself at the expense of another. Shall we restore the injured party to his prior position, forcing the wrongdoer to disgorge his ill-gotten spoils? And now, to introduce the subject of specific performance. Case of Vitelli versus Portland Productions. Mr. Brooks.
Oh. The issue there was...
Mr. Ford.
In Vitelli versus Portland Productions, the defendant promised to walk a tightrope across a gorge. The plaintiff spent a large sum setting up the tightrope and sold hundreds of tickets to the event, the proceeds of which were to benefit charity. When the defendant refused to perform, the plaintiff sued for the specific performance, asking the court to force the defendant to walk the rope.
Thank you. We shall resume class tomorrow with a detailed exploration of the great principle of specific performance. Now here, gentlemen and ladies, we take the lives of others directly into our hands. You have promised to perform, you shall perform. You have promised to walk that tightrope, you shall walk it. And without a net. Specific performance of all the great principles of contract law. Specific performance is the most difficult and the most dangerous to apply.
Professor Kingsfield, sir?
Yes, what is it?
Professor, was the Vitelli case ever appealed? I don't think specific performance should have been granted in this case. There are times when you don't have to carry through with your promise and when...
Mr.
Hart.
Mr. Hart, why didn't you tell me whether the Vitelli case was ever appealed?
I don't know. I mean, you wrote the casebook. I don't know what happened.
If you don't know, it's because you haven't bothered to go to the library and find out. Before students come to me with questions, I expect them to fully research every aspect of the subject involved. I expect them to enlighten me. Perhaps your problem, Mr. Hart, isn't you haven't done enough work.
Oh, sir, I'm working all the time. There are 5 other classes, and there isn't time to research every issue. I've really been trying to understand this stuff, and contract law is my favorite.
If you're having trouble keeping up, Mr. Hart, I have disturbing news for you. The work becomes not less, but more demanding after you're a lawyer. So get organized. Go to the library, research the question you asked me about, and present me with a report in my office tomorrow morning at 9.
What?
Tomorrow morning at 9. I expect you to enlighten me.
But...
See you, doctor. I'm trying to concentrate. What do you say we do a quick mile? Do us both some good.
I can't.
I'll see you later.
Time for tonsillectomy. Here's $1 for cough drops. All this time? What? You didn't move from that seat? Ford, you understand my outline. It's gone. Bellman property stolen. Another study group.
Bill, will you please calm down?
Not until I find my outline. You gotta help me.
Maybe you left it somewhere. At breakfast. Or in class.
No, I didn't. It was here. Shh. Oh, did you see my outline? My property outline?
No, how would I know where it is?
Shh. Art, you see my outline?
No, I haven't.
Quiet.
What?
It's gone. It's gone. Shh. I'm as calm as I can be. Will you shut up?
Quiet, Belle.
You'll have to leave. This is the library. We have rules.
Get lost. We know it's a library. Hey, you see my property
I'm
outline?
trying to come down.
You get your things?
I'm not going to come down. There's been a burglary. Now, that's a felony.
Would you get your things?
I don't believe this.
Sorry, but you're both barred from the library till further notice.
Some library, some librarian. You're the perfect model of a prison librarian.
Well, you're out of your mind.
Lay off, will you?
You got us kicked out of the library. Have you any idea how serious that is?
Art, you gotta help me. Maybe I did leave my outline in the dining hall.
Forget your outline, Belle. Try to find your brains. You don't understand what you've done to me. I've got to get special research ready for Kingsfield by 9 tomorrow. Now I can't get back in there, Belle. You'll have to lend me your bike. I've got to go to the public library before I work the lunch shift.
I need my bike to round up guys to help me find my outline. This is an emergency.
Belle, I'll owe you. Put a notice on the bulletin board. I'll help you when I can. Right now I've got too much to do.
Hart, you're crazy. You won't get that done by 9 in the morning.
You see that? Is he hurt?
Does he look okay?
Excuse me.
Here, let me help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Are you all right?
Well enough to sue you. Don't you ever watch where you're going?
Why, you rode right out in front.
What?
Never mind. Let me take you to the infirmary.
I don't have time to go to the infirmary. But don't worry. I will get around to suing you as soon as I make time.
Hi.
Hi.
I think I can get a quiet booth. We're going to have a study group meeting here.
How about that?
Great. Do you know James Hart who works here?
Sure. He's not here yet. Usually very reliable.
Guess he fell asleep in his books.
Hello, Anderson.
How you doing?
Hi. What's going on?
Nothing. You seen Hart?
No, but Logan's here.
Hello.
What did you say, Dal?
I'm sick.
Ford told me your outline's missing.
You guys have to help me find it.
Dal, how could you be so careless? Okay, everybody, here's mine. Lord, where's yours? Logan?
My typist has spastic colitis. It'll be ready in a couple hours.
This is not the way this group's supposed to be functioning. I plan my whole day around this meeting.
Don't you talk to me like that. I apologize for my typist and her spastic colitis.
If the group isn't important enough for you to arrive on time with your work, I think you ought to be kicked out.
Well, I think that's pretty rough.
So is law school. Okay? Okay. Just try again later. But if things don't improve, you can count me out.
You know, you were right about needing exercise. So right. Excuse me. Hold it, Hart.
It's getting late. I've been here long enough. I still haven't seen a doctor. I've got to get that work for Kingsfield done. I've got to try to get back into the library.
Get back on the table. Now, if you want to fill your skull with Kingsfield's mush, fine. But first, let's see how much skull you've got left.
You're a law student, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Then you've got to understand the pressure. I've been up practically all night. I just got kicked out of the library. Now I've been run over. I'm exhausted. And every minute I stay here, I fall more and more behind.
Hart, lie down on the table.
If I lie down on the table, I won't get up.
Will you please do as I say?
What's your name?
Leanne.
Leanne? I can't. I've got to work.
So you've said. Now you just lie down on the table, and I'll see if I can hurry the doctor.
If I pass out, you'll have to wake me up.
You're in my property class, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
My name's Bill. My property outline's missing. It's big, almost 100 pages. I was just wondering if you'd seen it.
I wouldn't look at a 100-page outline for anything.
You're really a lawyer? Well, I'm not a lawyer yet. I've only been in law school for 3 months.
Well, maybe you'd know. Do our parents have a right to shut us up in this exclusive dungeon? We all want to go to regular school with boys. And no uniforms.
Yeah, Miss Hammonds is so exclusive. We never get to see anyone. Bed checks at 10 every night.
Well, it does sound a little old-fashioned. But the trouble is you're underage. And since Miss Hammond's school has a good reputation, under the system, your parents have a perfect legal right to make you stay here.
Is that the best you can do? I mean, we want to get out of here. What if we were your clients?
I wish you were my client.
Well, what would you do?
Well, legally, I don't really think there's much chance. And the only way to get people to pay attention to you is to make trouble. I can only think of one thing, and this isn't advice, it's just an analysis. You'd have to do something bad enough to get yourselves expelled, but not bad enough to get thrown into juvenile hall.
Brilliant. That's great.
Well, you should feel better now.
Worse. You let me fall asleep. Took 4 hours out of my day. It's already too late to do a good job for Kingsfield.
You needed sleep, Hart. I came back twice and you were dead to the world. Now, you've got plenty of time before the library closes. Please believe me, it's just not that serious.
Maybe Kingsfield would understand. After all, I was run over. Maybe he'd let me do the research tomorrow.
Why don't you ask him?
Professor Kingsfield, sir?
Yes?
Professor, I was kicked out of the library this morning, and then I was run over by a car. I'd like to supply with an answer to the question, but...
What is the matter with you, Mr.
Hart, sir, I'm in your contracts class. I asked you a question after class this morning, and you...
Is there any special reason, Mr. Hart, why you feel compelled to deliver a complete account of your day's activities? I'd like to get to my car.
Sir, I just wonder if I could have a little more time to answer the question, if that would be all right.
It's not my question, it is your question. Excuse me?
You don't understand. It's not a normal day.
It's not a good day, Mr. Hart.
Sir, I just want enough time to do a good job. Can't you give me more time? Another day? I want you to know that I tried. I don't want you to be disappointed in me or think that...
I think nothing, Mr. Hart. I think nothing at all about you. Whether you appear in my office tomorrow morning or not is entirely your own affair.
I think you better have a drink.
I think I need one.
Hi, how's everything at the office? Good. Yeah, I'll be in a little later. Listen, are there any bodies around? Great, get me Perkins. It's a quick job. I want 20 pages. The issue is specific performance, the effect of the Vitelli case. You remember it? Okay, shepherdize it. Catch all the out-of-state decisions. Write a memorandum with all the cites and footnotes, and I want it by 11:30. Yes, 11:30 tonight. Good, thanks. Well, I see you didn't make me one.
Am I dreaming?
I don't know, Hart. Are you dreaming?
I think you just called some office and told them to research the Vitelli case. It's a question I asked Kingsfield. But you're a law student. So I must be dreaming. Or... I've been run over by the president of Law Review.
You're right, Hart.
President of Law Review. God! Tell me, honestly, how did you do it? How did you get the best grades, write the best papers? How did you stay organized, not crack up? How? What's the answer?
Work, Hart. Work. Every damn day.
Every damn day.
Work. And play.
I've been here for 2 hours. I searched everywhere. No Bell on property. Even the treasure room.
Shh. I saw you and Hart get kicked out, so no noise.
No noise. But I need help. I may have to check 16 study groups.
I can't, Bell. I am swamped.
Look, Ford, if you'll help me, I'll do anything.
Anything?
Where are they, Ford? We lost Hart, we lost Brooks, now Bell. First of all, no Logan.
Logan being missing does worry me.
Worries me too. I was here 20 minutes before you got here. I spent 11 dimes trying to find her. No one's seen her. She hasn't been to pick up her outline from her spastic colitis typhus. So you see, this does it for me. I'm finished with your study group.
I am sure everybody has a perfectly good reason for missing this meeting. Take Bell for
Let's not take Bell. Let's not take anybody for that matter. Listen, Ford, good luck, buddy. You're gonna need it.
Now, Anderson, will you wait a minute? All right, you've got a point. One more try, okay?
Listen, Ford. If you're that interested in keeping this group you invented together, then prove it. Find Logan. And the rest of them. Schedule a meeting tonight at 12 when the library's closed. No one has an excuse not to attend. Maybe I'll show up.
Well, what is the charge? What do we got to cover this?
I'll tell you what covers this. The Fifth Amendment, due process. The Sixth Amendment, the right to be informed of the charges against you. And the 14th Amendment, equal protection of the law. And besides that, I didn't do anything.
You certainly did do something. You talked to 3 innocent girls, and the next thing there was a minor riot at Miss Hammond's school, with girls screaming they want to go home. One even tried to set fire to the trash pile.
Well, it's not my fault if institutions like Miss Hammond's exist, or if the people in them get angry. Haven't you ever heard of the 13th Amendment? Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States.
Fred, do the honors, will you?
No, look, you're not understanding me. I'm a law student. I'm telling you what the law is. Well, are you or are you not going to obey the Constitution? Haven't you ever read Cardozo and Snyder versus Massachusetts? I can sue you for this. And now I'm going to miss class.
And so are the girls at Miss Hammond.
It kills you. But you give up sleeping. You give up taking showers, smelling good, dressing neatly, being kind. There still isn't enough time to do the work. Days all look the same. It's like there's a fog in front of your eyes. All I see is Kingsfield standing at his podium telling me I have to be prepared for every class. Have to be prepared. There's no excuse.
And you believe him?
Oh, what if I were a real lawyer? I gotta go to court unprepared.
Hart, you're taking law school too seriously.
You didn't take it seriously? President of Law Review, you didn't care?
Well, it was different for me.
It was? Why?
It was different for me because I didn't need help. I've never needed help. But that's just me. It's the way I am. You see, I'm not a nice guy like you, Hart. I don't need help.
$11:30.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Good night, Maves. The answer to your Kingsfield question. Personal service from Law Review. Believe me, we don't do this for everyone.
Just the ones you run over?
I wouldn't give him the paper, Hart, just the answers.
Thanks. I can't.
You can't what?
Give them either the paper or the answers.
Well, what are you talking about? Why not? Listen, all Kingsfield cares about is whether you understand the material. I mean, this isn't cheating. You're not taking an exam, you know. Now, have your night off. Get some rest. Don't you understand?
I guess I don't. I guess I'm just one of those first-year students who's got to do the work. Or I don't get it. Besides, I'd rather flunk on my own. It's better that way.
Hart, you won't make it. Lawyers have to be tough. This isn't high school, you know. This is the big leagues.
Yeah, but I better do the work myself.
After all the trouble I put people through to get this for you.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you.
Yeah, but you didn't refuse when you heard me on the phone.
And well, it all seems so unreal.
Hart, you're impossible. You're dumb. You've got an undergraduate mind. Now grow up.
Now I've antagonized the president of Law Review.
You certainly have.
I'm sorry. I guess I never should have let you run me over.
Where are you going?
To the law library. Where else?
But it's almost midnight. You'll never make it.
Oh, no.
Nice going, Hart. You want to work all night till you're a wreck in the morning, but they've closed the library on you. Too bad.
Came here to rub it in? Guess I deserve that for being ungrateful.
Dumb.
Okay, dumb.
What's the matter with you, Hart? Do you hear voices? You want to save the world? Is that your problem? Can't even meet Kingsfield standards, but you can't stop trying, can you? So what are you going to do now? Give up?
You met Kingsfield standards, damn it, so can I.
Maybe. But first, you've got to get into the library. Law Review never sleeps, Hart. See what may be in store for you if you get the grades. 3 years without sleep. So, to help Law Review, its president is provided with a personal key to the library. Are you sure you want to go in? You don't have much time. I'm going to show you the law, Hart, if that's what you want, and give you a head start. See these? The state reporters. You'll need them. And the restatement of contracts in all its multi-volume splendor. And may I suggest Kingsfield on contract law, the source of all modern contract law theory? Not that you'll have time to read all 18 volumes in one night.
Maybe I can skim. It's nice. Being here, in the middle of the night, alone with all this greatness. Thanks for running me over.
Anytime.
Let me out of here! Now, I have my rights. You can't do this to me.
What's the matter? Cold?
No. I want my telephone call. I'm allowed one telephone call.
In the middle of the night?
Yes.
Professor Kingsfield,
Huh?
I'm in jail.
I've been charged with a felony, sir. My life as a lawyer is slipping away.
Oh, sir, I know it's late, but
All I did was to talk to 3 girls from Miss Hammond's school.
I had nothing to do with the riot.
Are you mad?
Professor Kingsfield, it's me, Elizabeth Logan.
From your contracts law class. I sit in seat 41.
Oh, Professor, I need someone with a lot of power. I need help. I'm in trouble, please.
Miss Logan, whatever your seat is, never telephone to me. Never come to me with a personal problem. Never...
I'm in a cell, don't you understand? Under lock and key.
Charged with inciting to riot. For God's sake, don't you care about the law, about your students? I might be tortured.
Enjoy yourself.
Ford, open the door. Ford, open the door, please.
I'm dressing, Belle. You do it.
Okay, here's your laundry. Now, where's my outline?
I said you'd get your outline when the time comes.
The time comes. I got up at 5:30 this morning just to do your lousy laundry, Ford. You promised.
Oh, Belle, control yourself. Go to the dining room, get us a nice table, and we'll talk about it. Belle.
Well? Your group is a bunch of morons. Disorganized, inconsiderate, selfish, and egomaniacal.
Not me.
You're quitting. You have quit.
I sat last night waiting. I sat this morning waiting. Why? Because in my own way, I'm equally deranged. I organized 5 group meetings, none of which take place. I ask you, is that normal? Pass the shake.
Belle. Are you trying to say we're all crazy? That maybe you like the study group?
I wouldn't go that far. I did miss them, as far as liking them.
Now, look, Ford, you promised to get my outline back. Now, how much longer am I going to have to wait?
Ask the cashier.
Cashier?
My name is Willis Beller. There's supposed to be a package here for me. didn't you?
Val, I'm sorry.
Sorry? How could you do a thing like that to me?
Well, it started accidentally in the library. I was sore at you, and I took your outline. I'm sorry.
You mean to tell me you put me through all that agony for a joke, Ford?
Val, I apologize. I shouldn't have done it. It wasn't funny. I wouldn't blame you if you felt like beating me up.
Good, because that's what I feel like doing right now. Don't you realize that this outline is practically my whole life's work?
Val, forget it. You have it back. Maybe yesterday was just a bad day. Why don't you forget yesterday? Maybe we should all forget yesterday. Huh? Think about it.
It's Ms. Logan, correct?
Your Honor, I have thought about this long and hard in my cold cell. Now, all I did was to point out the fact that since the young women in question were under 18 and did not have their parents' consent, that they couldn't leave school, and their only option was to be expelled. I had no idea what would happen.
Ms. Logan.
But I have certain constitutional rights.
Ms. Logan, shut up.
The First, the Fifth, and the 14th Amendment.
Take the handcuffs off her and get her out of here.
Yes, sir.
What?
You're free to go, unless you keep talking.
You don't understand. I had this appointment with Professor Kingsfield.
Professor Kingsfield is not in his office. You may have an appointment the end of next week.
You can't do this to me. Professor Kingsfield asked for this.
Would you like me to call campus security?
Campus security? I'm a student here. Doesn't Professor Kingsfield keep his promises? Doesn't he honor his contract? He had a contract with me.
Professor Kingsfield is a very busy man, Mr. Hart. He has appointments throughout the day. You are just one student.
Okay. Okay. He doesn't keep his promises. At least it's good to know he doesn't care. It's good to know his real feeling about contract law around here.
Mrs. Nottingham?
Would you buzz him? He'll tell you I have an appointment. Tell him I'm here.
I have a Mr. Hart here to see you, Professor.
Dispatch him.
You're dispatched, Mr. Hart. In plain words you can understand, that means out.
Any messages, Mrs. Nottingham?
Oh, Justice Blakely called and the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Inform them that I shall return their calls right after class at 11:15.
Perhaps I should cancel your class for the day, Professor.
I never cancel class.
But you always prepare for an hour, and class is in 2 minutes.
I appreciate your concern, Mrs. Nottingham, but I have no intention of preparing for class this morning, and none of canceling it. Hart. Today we have a very special treat. Mr. Hart has generously done some additional research and has prepared a presentation on a subject that is of very considerable interest to us all. I shall permit you to question him when he is done. Mr. Hart, your presentation.
But, sir, I've got 15 pages. It might take all class period.
We expect you to fill this room with your intelligence. You're waiting, Mr. Hart?
You want me to give my answer to the whole class?
They are eager to hear you, Mr. Hart, and no less eager to slice you into ribbons when you are done.
They can't slice my arguments to ribbons. I know the answers.
Prove it. This is your opportunity. You're in court. I'm your judge. They are your jury.
Specific performance. When will the court force you to perform what you have promised to? You have promised to walk a tightrope across a dangerous gorge. But do you have to walk it? Sometimes, but sometimes not. Consider the case of Vitelli versus Portland Productions. On appeal, the court ruled that Vitelli had refused to walk the tightrope in order to force the plaintiff to pay more than had been originally agreed to. By waiting until the last minute, Vitelli was in effect trying to blackmail the plaintiff. This, combined with the fact that tightrope walking is a unique skill so that the plaintiff could not find a suitable replacement, led the court to determine that Vitelli had to walk his tightrope as contracted without a net. I'm sorry, but I've been carrying this letter around for 2 days. Found it in one of my books. If I tell you everything that has happened in the last 30 hours, you're going to think I'm living in a nightmare. Some of it very good. I was right about the blow-up, but everything's calmed down now. I'm sorry, I've got to run. I will write you more later. Love, Jim. P.S. Professor Kingsfield is a terrible man, but a great teacher. There have been times when I thought I'd never make it in his class. But after what happened today, I think I'm going to be all right.
The first years are hard years, much more than we know. With good friends to love us, we'll feel every blow. Stay open to all things, and one day